the person who you like, or if it's messed you up. How has this head down, not looking you in the eye phenomenon worked out for you?
Because 76% of couples, as we heard on the clip, they sit in silence.
They sit in silence.
At dinner?
Bamas.
Yeah. At dinner? I think that at dinner you should not have the phone out. Like there should be some times where you decide to have a non-phone. You know what? Why don't we all take our phones off the table?
Put it under your chair.
Pocket. Just put them
We're
in your
trying
pocket.
to promote our show right now.
Yeah.
It's always a reason.
There's always a reason to have your phone out. I'm going to try to keep it in my pocket, and we'll see if I can keep
and
it in.
now you're killing your future children right now.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to put it
under the seat.
Oh, Lord.
6 feet away.
And we'll see. We'll have a test to see if Kevin Lance Murray cannot look at his phone for the entire show.
I'm not gonna look at this phone at all.
We'll see.
I have you all.
Who says I can do it?
I know you can.
Not I.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Nothing's on your phone.
No, I got like a lot of
Nobody's
friends.
following
Like
him
people.
anyway.
No, come on. I'm like really popular. I got 83 likes on a post on Halloween.
That
Okay,
counts.
83.
Yeah, maybe you should post.
People like me.
Maybe you should post
When you were
something else.
dancing,
Yes.
that was great.
It
I
was
liked
funny.
it like 3 times.
The streets liked it. You should have seen me last night. I brought that character to Jackpot, bro.
But do you know how
stand-up
little
set.
that means in real life?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
But I mean, a 13-year-old kid, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, my
Did
kids
you?
definitely called. I'm sorry, they definitely called me out. Like, Mom, you have X amount of followers. When they both had Instagram, which they don't, because I like take.
You
phones
shut it
away,
down?
like,
You
But
shut
that's
it
a
down.
big part of their life.
They were like, Mom, you have this many followers, but you only have this many likes. That means you have a lot of ghost followers. I was like,
Ghosts.
I was like, what does that even mean? A ghost? I don't care.
Fake accounts is what it means.
They were like, Mom, I mean, really, like, let's scroll through your followers. I'm like, you know, how many people do you know? I'm like, well, I know this person, know this person, know this person.
So back to personal experiences, though, Kevin.
Yes.
What
Yes.
personal experiences do you have with social media and texting that have somewhat destroyed your relationship or past
I would say
relationships?
affected relationships, like things like likes and friend requests and
so
friending.
too many likes equal what?
Well, no, I mean, like if, say, hypothetically, a young lady.
likes all your pictures.
I wasn't gonna say that, but we'll do that one. I was gonna say like a thirst trap, but say like a young lady starts liking my pictures.
That's what you are. That's really good.
Shut up.
That there might be a conversation around that, like, who is that? Why is she liking all your posts and pictures? And you know, it might not result in a huge issue.
So interesting. Wait, but pause on that because people actually go in and check who liked your stuff.
Well, you can see it sometimes. Like, I mean, I don't know
But
how.
then wouldn't you have to click on it and see who? Was
Well, sometimes you look at a picture, right, and it'll say 21 likes. It'll be like John, Mike, Mary, plus 30 others like your picture, and there might be like a situation like, so who is Mary? Maybe they won't click on the 30 likes and go through them. But there might be a conversation, and
I would
then,
have-
Who
I would
is
have zero-
Mary is assuming that they probably looked at the profile. I'm thinking like to
Maybe.
see how cute Mary was.
maybe because
I mean,
if Mary's
everybody
not
got
cute,
their-
I don't think it's a conversation. If Mary's not cute.
well,
Yeah. So
Well,
the
you
fact
know what?
is
But-
that people are going in and doing that, which is super interesting to me because that's a step that I would never even think about
Well,
taking.
I've done that.
But look, this is what it
But
does
we know
though.
you kind of stalk people on social media.
I kind of like actually I'm at a point now where I don't like if I'm really like seriously dating someone, I don't actually even think about their social media.
That's the
Because
best
it's
move.
really like I mean after we get to a certain point then fine, but now
Because you know the
I don't wanna
person.
be a friend. I don't want to be a friend. I don't want to know who we have friends in common with. I don't because number one, DC is just too small, and I feel like even if I just accept a friend request, the first thing I'm looking at is who do we both know, and if
Yeah.
we both know
Man,
people,
I don't even think about that though.
like oh
But I get
wow,
it.
we both know 5 or 6 people, and like there's conversations about oh well. This is a cute meme. Yeah, like there are conversations like, oh well, how do you know so and so? I mean, that's a natural progression. I think a lot of times, like when I meet somebody, conversations oh, are you on Facebook? Yeah, I am, or whatever. Then, oh, how do you know so and so?
So you're saying people naturally bring that up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, I saw you
If
know my
someone
friend.
naturally brought that up,
Yeah.
I would think that they were stalking.
Also,
Right.
people
Yeah.
like.
That's not natural to me.
But if you're doing like a program like this, and I used to promote events and do different things, that there was a time where I was like just trying to accumulate numbers of people on social media as
Like
to
when I was
have
doing
more
real estate
value.
full-time.
So are we talking about dating or promoting here? Because I thought she was talking about dating.
Well,
think in
yeah, but I'm
general,
just
though.
saying sometimes this is why social media can't really be representative of reality, because you don't know the person's intentions, right? Like you don't know my intentions on Facebook when you look through my Facebook friend list. You know what I mean? My intentions might be business related. It might not be all. So for some people, it's about let me holler at this one, let me holler at that one. Some people are definitely like
Well,
that.
you'll know based on the way the person approaches you.
Well, you know
though.
another
Not
thing though.
always.
But look, there's a whole other thing though. Okay, the magazine, like print media and visual, like TV media, is going down the drain because we got social media, right? So maybe some of the things that you look at might replace what you may have been looking at in a magazine, or
That's
like
true.
you know, like so whatever fantasy you might like. When I was in high school, I used to like Elle magazine.
L E
Elle,
L L
because
E.
there was some badass broads up in Elle, and then like in the and then the
And your mom had a subscription or something, and it was coming to the house. So that's how you got.
Nah,
into
he
it?
would
I mean,
get. He would cop.
Safeway.
He would buy him. He would
Wow.
buy him.
it was some badass chicks in Elle. I mean, shit, where that it wasn't
it's just-
no
I never
I used to
internet.
like Jet. I used to like Jet Beauty of the Week.
I had them all over my wall, right? So, but I'm
That
saying,
too. That too.
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm saying like their magazines had a place for fantasy.
Yeah, I can see that.
So now social media has replaced that. So like, how somebody gonna get mad because I'm living my life?
World
Well,
Star does that too.
When's the last time anyone here has opened a magazine? Unless you're in a doctor's office or
That's
something.
what I'm saying, right? Yeah, it's been a
And
long
even
time.
in the
since I bought
doctor's
one.
office, I got my
like
phone.
I like them in the
Yeah.
super. I look at them in the supermarket.
And then you follow up later. Like
I
if
buy
there's a s-
Washingtonian like every time.
Look,
every
I got
time.
much fantasy on social media, and shout out to my fantasy baby girl Cardi B.
oh, look at these stats.
She's now gonna be on.
75% of women admit devices are ruining them.
She's now gonna be on Love and Hip Hop.
Who? Cardi B?
Yeah.
She's a social media star.
She should be on some ratchet show.
Yeah, she should. And the thing about social media with me, it takes about 90 seconds of flipping through Instagram before I look at what she just said.
Yeah.
And so like it's like I'm not doing
90
any
seconds is a long time.
I'm not doing anything meaningful.
Has anyone here ever got caught in a trap where you're on social media and you start looking at one friend, and then you see that someone else liked their picture, then you go to their page,
Yeah.
and then you
And you
just,
start looking
and then
around,
all of a
like,
sudden
oh,
you're
this
traveling
is
the
an interesting
world,
looking person.
looking
Like,
at people,
And
Yeah.
meanwhile
2
the
hours
person
pass.
and the person who you claim to care about is sitting like right over there, and this is how you spend
Yeah,
your
but
time.
then at some point, doesn't that mean something? So for me, because if I'm messing with you like that, like if I'm picking up my phone constantly and not engaging with you on that level,
What's the problem?
that probably means I'm not really feeling you like that no more.
Now probably means you're old school.
I had a situation
This new
similar
school
to
thing-
that
but
where
that means you're not engaging with me either. So
Or maybe
it's
you're just a
leading down
prick.
that path anyway. No, we're both doing it.
Oh,
perhaps.
well, you had said that you were doing it in this hypothetical scenario.
I dated somebody once who I don't even remember how the conversation started, but basically maybe it was a disagreement, and I ended up being like, well, you're on your phone, da 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 da, and they were like, really, I'm
I
on my
think that's
phone.
a common
And I was
fight,
like,
though.
but I had to think about it. I was like, well, damn. And they were like, every time that we're together, for the majority of the time, I make an effort not to have my phone out, because when I'm with you, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And I don't care about anything else that's going on. If it's an emergency, someone will call me. But I don't even look at my phone the way that you're on your phone all the time. You're #Cherado, hashtag the urban youth,
You're working though.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I had to look at it. I had to take a step back and look at myself like, okay, maybe there's some validity here when I'm sitting down and we're looking across from each other at a table. If it's not an immediate thing, or
That's
maybe
true.
I can, even with social media and like branding and things like that, you can schedule that stuff to do it on its own.
That's true.
Okay, so look, people do this. There's something that makes people want to do this.
Do
There-
what? Do social media?
Be on their phone for
Okay.
whatever reason, and nobody's looking at the weather.
Well, it's
like
part
that.
of the norm now.
Okay, so there's some reward for this behavior that
Likes.
people. Okay. Or maybe even just,
Popularity.
or maybe it's spying, even if you don't.
Narcissism.
Yeah, right. So
Stalking.
now, so here we go. We're based in vanity, right? Another thing that we're basing this in fear, because a lot of people would like to text someone rather than talk to them, because they don't want that real time conversation that doesn't get a chance to be edited.
Well, because they want to bitch out.
Or maybe I just don't have time to talk to you, but I still
You
am
do
interested.
have time. You do have time.
I don't.
You are
totally
not
do.
that.
No,
I
that's
don't.
a nice try, Urbanista.
No,
Nobody's
I don't.
that
Like,
busy.
for example, when I
I
come
don't
home
have
from work, when I come home from work,
What
I
about on
don't.
the way home?
You
When I
might
come
not
home from
want
work,
to.
I don't have time because I'm dealing with homework, cooking dinner, random questions. Like I don't want
But
to
you
try
have
to have
time
a
to move your
conversation.
But you could get a
on the phone.
Bluetooth. You could get a
I can
Bluetooth.
do that without being interrupted. I can be anywhere in
But you're
text.
still
Bluetooth.
disengaged to a
Nah,
certain
yeah, because
degree.
when you're texting,
No.
look, when you're
Nobody
texting,
uses them.
your hands and your eyes
Yes.
cannot do other things.
That's not a 3-year-old in the background like, hello, hello. I need to know what time I can have
I'm
my
just-
oodles and noodles or
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, that is like such a distraction for me. Like I can still have I can communicate with my girlfriend, talk forever.
But what about when you're not at home?
When I'm not at home, I don't really care about talking unless I'm trying to make plans for people to
But
come
people
there.
don't really talk like that anymore. I mean,
No, I do.
honestly, like
I mean-
who really
I do.
uses the phone?
I've
that
never had a phone
much?
conversation with you,
I
Gladstone. And we had very many text conversations.
That's
so I
because you
don't-
only text.
I have. He just
That's
talks.
a
I
lie.
talk.
You set the precedent,
That's a
Urbanista.
lie. That's a
Let's
lie.
not get on Urbanista because
you.
obviously texting is useful. It has its benefits.
Thank you, Captain Lance Murray.
But there's something great about having a phone conversation and just stopping and focusing on someone, unless they're extremely verbose, like Grindstone, and he'll just and they'll just go and go
Oh,
and
that's a good
go
word.
And on
until
and
you-
on.
Vocabulary.
Did y'all
Hang
read my
on.
essay?
We did not.
No.
too many words.
That is
Too many
hella whack.
words.
I texted it.
He texted it. Wait, he texted it for the audience. He texted it like an hour before the show. After we have all day, like an hour before the show. But it's still. I
right,
saw
well,
like the first
listen.
line or two, and it looked really like. I'm sure it's very dynamic.
Oh, let's read this thing on the
Relationships
screen.
are harder now because conversations become texting, argument become phone calls, and feelings become statuses and tweets. Very true.
Girl.
Well, it's usually like
Chicken fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
well, like
Okay.
it's like she's calling me, she's texting me. I don't holler back. I'm texting her. She don't holler back. I'm sitting with you, but you texting him. So like nobody is like.
Well,
Everybody
there's
wants the
like
next thing.
Yeah.
There's an invisible wall that exists when you're.
And
texting,
it's fear that
you know?
allows that to exist, and that's the beauty of like
But
raw
we
conversation.
can say the same thing about the phone. I mean, I feel the same way about the phone. Like,
But the phone
if
in
we
general?
need to have a a voice call.
Okay.
If we need to have a conversation about something important, please do not text me and please do not call me. Like, please come and look me in the eye.
I mean, that's hell of important.
I mean,
No.
that like if you're in the mob, you know,
No.
like we can't talk about this over the phone.
No, that's not the same thing, though. There's
not.
still a connection lost behind the phone
Come to the
line.
deli. Come to the deli. We'll talk in the back of the deli.
I mean, I like to talk to people because I like to get the reaction,
The
know,
vibe.
Yeah, but you can't see somebody's vibe. You can kind of feel
But
it.
that's
over
only
the phone.
that's only one sense that's taken away, and that's sight.
Which
Yeah.
is
I mean,
a
I guess you
big
can't
deal.
smell
It's big, it's big.
Visual is a big
But
deal.
you
but
can
I'm saying
hear- you can hear
get
tone.
nothing
Touch.
on the text.
You can't touch.
You get
over the
nothing.
phone.
You get nothing on the text.
Like if someone says something to you and breaks
I
you
mean,
down
it's a
easy, but
step-
then they see you
yeah,
face
it's
to
a
face
lost
and they're
step.
like, there's something that is
No, I could-
valuable in
okay,
that.
so why does texting become more valuable? You even take
No,
that
I didn't say that it was. I'm saying the face to face. I totally agree with Cherado on the face to face thing. There's certain times where I'll be like, you know what? This
It's
is
not
not a
always a-
conversation for text.
Right.
We'll talk. We should
Yeah.
meet
That's
up.
not
and we
always
should
an
talk.
option though.
Yeah.
It needs
Well, then
to
we
be
won't
an
talk.
If
option.
somebody lives in Largo and
I'm not
is
going to
late-
Largo
Yeah.
to
If
talk
I'm
to
that
you.
important, you better bring your ass.
To Largo?
Okay.
Chill. I've been there. Okay. It's at the end of the blue line.
No, it's not that bad, guys. Meet up halfway
I mean,
then.
meet
Just
me at
up-
LaFont
meet me-
Plaza or
Meet
something.
in District Heights. Just meet
Yeah.
in District Heights
I'll
off
meet you at
Marlboro
Eastern
Pike
Market.
or something.
I'm just saying it
So,
could be.
in any instance, has social media led to a breakup in any of your relationships personally?
No.
I think we're too old for that, but I bet someone out there, some youngin.
It hasn't led
So
to
they
a
need to
breakup,
call
but
it
it's,
their
it's
head
led
and
to
step on
a
social
reality.
media.
It's led to like realizing that someone was being dishonest with me.
Wait, did y'all listen to that podcast? Okay, so look, let me.
Which podcast
Well,
is
this
this?
is original information. All right, so look, there is something to texting. Okay, there is something that makes people feel engaged and wanted and everything. So in China, they have this thing called Invisible Girlfriend.
I think I
Sounds
heard about
good.
that.
So Invisible Girlfriend is somebody who you can text, and then they text back and act like they care.
Like that movie Her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an emotional escort.
That's
That's
terrible.
So
Okay.
whack. It sounds like such a
But people get
Interesting.
something from. That's what Facebook is.
no.
Yeah.
It's invisible friends.
Right.
Think about it. You're not
There's
touching them.
it's
you can't,
definitely
you know?
what Twitter is.
Well, I don't tweet like that, so
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
know.
it
but
is. But like, so they have this thing, and people engage in these relationships. However, it's not the same. The problem is that it's not the same person. It's like a call center kind of, you know.
Oh,
But
in
so
India.
it's definitely like a brothel of
A phone brothel?
invisible. Yeah,
Lamar.
So like girl
Interesting.
6, but
they act like
not
they care and all that.
actual sex.
So
talk.
after this break, y'all, holla at your
That's
invisible
real
girlfriend,
thirsty
and then
on
come
Yeah.
back
that.
and call us in real time.
What's the number,
Right
though?
here.
It's always like
202.
like that.